Alright, so before I get into this video, I got two things that I gotta say. The first one is that I know I've been gone for like 3 weeks, and I didn't even mean to be gone for so long. I just been locked in on other things. So I apologize for not posting for 3 weeks. But like I said, I am gonna post the whole year. So no matter what, if it's a couple weeks or a few days, I'm gonna still post this whole year. But I'm sorry. Forgive me. The second thing that I want to address before y'all watch this full video is I'm not saying to not try at your job. I'm not saying to not do a good job. I'm not saying that you shouldn't put your best foot forward and give your best effort, because that's important. And I'm not nobody that doesn't do that to begin with. But I'm saying that there are other things more important. So, I just feel like the more and more that time passes by, the more that I really sit and think about it, the more I read my Bible, it's like a lot of things that we think matter just really don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't have desire to care about a lot of things. No, let me rephrase that. I care about a lot of things, but it's more focused on what I'm caring about, because it's like a lot of things it really doesn't matter. I see a lot of people get anxious, get mad, and there are days where I'm anxious or mad at a few things, but it's like I hardly let other people see it, because I know that one, things could always be worse, and then two, I gotta think about what really matters, man. And so before I get in too deep into my thoughts, just when it comes to on a working standpoint or just your job in general, it's like I've told y'all before, my last job was draining for me, working 40 plus hours. Still some days I work a lot, but it's a lot better. It's like the dynamic of the team that I work on now is better than before. But if I really sit and think about it, there's no way that I can let another job stress me out to the point where I have so much anxiety waking up in the morning. Cause you got to think about it like this, man. It's like, if you know that you putting your best foot forward, and you know that you giving your best energy, and you know that you always bring positive energy to where you at, and that you actually working hard, you that's all you can do. You know what I mean? So you can't keep stressing over something that you can't control. If somebody wants to crash out or be mad at you for a small mistake, but don't even let it bother you, because it's like, you know that you've been putting your best foot forward. You know what I mean? And the only things that really, if you really sit down and think about it and bring life to simplest terms, the only things that should matter is, number one, God, your relationship with him. And two, family. Three is just your relationships in general with friends and family. Because if you don't have good relationships, then you probably gonna have a boring life, or you not gonna be happy. But you gotta have good relationships with people. But after that, it's like, it really comes down to, you only have one life. When at the end of the day, when your life ends, do you want to say, I put all my time and energy to a job that I hated, and put all my time and energy to people who never really cared about me, that didn't give me a raise, that, and I'm not saying all jobs are like this, but I'm like, if you are somebody who's letting work stress you out, or people at work stress you out, you got to sit back and think like, does that, I'm giving so much energy to people and to things that don't really matter. Like, I have to put my energy somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, somebody did a panel discussion at my job, and they were like, sometimes it's easier to show up at your job than it is at home. And that's how I felt last year. I gave so much energy to the job, and I was getting nothing in return. Like, people, they didn't value me at all. They didn't value what I was doing. And then I would get home and you know, not really be as present as I should be. Or every time I'm at home and have some time to rest, I'm having anxiety about the next thing that I gotta do at the job. And so that's really the message with this video, is like, if you dumb it down and think about what matters, is like, it's not the job, it's not people that don't care about you, it's not going out and partying all the time. I mean, that may matter to you, but it's like, just think about what matters, man. And to me, what matters is God, family, having a good social life outside of work, making new connections, building new experiences. That's what matters to me. And so when I really sit back and put that into perspective and think about how things are shaping in my life, or think about how things are going, even if I'm having a bad day at work, it doesn't matter to me, because that literally does not matter to me. If I know that I'm putting my best foot forward, at the end of the day, when work is done, work is done. And then I go on about my life, because I can't let that stress me out, because if that happens, then I can't move forward with the rest of my life, and that becomes my life. So, yeah, I hope that made sense, man. And I hope that, first of all, I hope this video actually reaches people. I don't know. I've been out of YouTube for like 3 weeks, so it might not reach nobody. But yeah, man, just think about what really matters to you. And if something doesn't really matter to you, don't let it stress you out. Don't. And if it does stress you out, and you doing all that you can do, you putting your best foot forward, then it's not your problem. It's somebody else's problem, and it's something. It's a conflict that they have within themselves that they are projecting on you. And even if you did make a mistake, nothing should ever, ever, ever be that serious to where somebody's gotta belittle you or make you feel less than you really are.